They are kind of flattened out here and then mixed with a lot of sambal chili sauce, and there are whole chilies in here as well. It looks like there are some kaffir lime leaves and maybe some garlic. A lot of things going on, and this looks superb. Okay, that's the dish of the meal. Hey everyone, it's Mark Wiens with Migrationology.com in Jakarta, Indonesia. For lunch today, we are in Eastern Jakarta, and we are sitting down at a restaurant called Mak Dower, which serves Betawi food. And Betawi is the people which are from right here in Jakarta on the island of Java. So this is kind of native Jakartan food. A couple of days ago, I was reading an article in the Jakarta Globe about Betawi food and how there are a couple of very well-known dishes like soto Betawi, but other dishes from Betawi have sort of been overpowered by other cuisines from around Indonesia, which are very popular in Jakarta. And Betawi food is sometimes not always given the light that it deserves. And so I was researching, trying to find a place to try Betawi food. I came across this place, and so I am happy to try a full range of Betawi food. The full spread of the feast has just arrived. Ying and I ordered quite a few dishes for us too, but it all looks really, really good. This is one of their signature dishes here, which is a soup called Sayur asem, and it's a sour soup just filled with vegetables. There are pieces of corn in here. Is that some kind of a melon or potato? Melon, I think. And then there are green beans in here. There are leaves. I don't see any meat. I think it's, and then, oh yeah, tamarind. The main flavor that gives this soup its sourness is tamarind. So let me just taste that broth. Yes, that is sour, and it has kind of like a tomatoey sweetness to it as well. I think just a vegetable sweetness, and then salty and sour. Oh yeah, it's really good. Yeah, that's a really nice flavor. This one is a squid dish that we ordered. So there are pieces of squid, there's some tomatoes in here, looks like lots of shallots, and I'm not sure what else. Onto my rice. That is a little bit salty, but the flavor is really good. The squid is really tender, and then you can taste the tomatoes and chilies in there, plus some kind of an herb. And then also what's really strong in there is garlic. I think there are just like whole cloves of garlic spread throughout this entire dish. Look at that. That's just cloves of garlic. And then the squid is really tender. It is a little bit salty, but that garlicky flavor is wonderful. That's like a sauce of just pure pureed garlic. This one is a dish of stink beans, and I think it's just straight up deep fried crispy shallots. So this is a dry kind of fried dish of just, yeah, almost pure shallots. There's some chilies in here as well, and then stink beans. What a combination. Oh yeah. Those crispy shallots, they're sliced really thin and then deep fried to crispy. And so you can really taste the caramelized onion flavor of them. And then the stink beans are also strong in flavor, unique flavor, which give the whole dish, which give a twist to the salty fried shallots. But that's kind of an interesting dish. It's not saucy at all. It's just like texture and fragrance all, and that's it. Crispy shallots are a big part of Betawi cuisine, and so I ordered another fish, and it just came just smothered in deep fried shallots as well. I'm gonna try to take off some of this. Yeah, I think the whole fish is deep fried, and then just shallots are all over it. Shallots, deep fried shallots, they make anything taste good. and those shallots are crispy and salty. And then the fish is also just deep fried, so it's crispy on the edges and a little bit kind of dry meat on the inside. And then for this bite, I'm gonna go in for some of that sambal chili sauce. I'm not totally sure, but it looks like there's two different types. This one looks more tomato-y, and then this one looks more red. Maybe I'll get a combination of both of them. Okay. That sambal is actually quite spicy and a little bit tomato-y in fragrance. And then it also has a little bit of a sour taste as well. Oh man, that's really good because the fish is not spicy at all. All it is a deep fried fish with salty, crispy shallots. Then adding some of that chili just brings it to the next level. And I saved the best dish for last, which is Jengkol beans. And these are kind of like stink beans, but they are bigger and stronger and more pungent, and they are kind of flattened out here and then mixed with a lot of sambal chili sauce, and there are whole chilies in here as well. It looks like there are some kaffir lime leaves and maybe some garlic. A lot of things going on, and this looks superb. Put that on, add a bit more of that sambal over it. Okay, that's the dish of the meal. When Jengkol beans are raw, they are very, very crisp and very firm. But when they are cooked like this, they are kind of gummy in texture. They're kind of like little discs of really gummy textured potato. And then that sambal is just filled with chilies and garlic. You can taste the herbs in there. You can taste a little bit of a like chili sweetness to it. And that's just stunning. I eat Jengkol beans quite frequently in Thailand, but normally they are only eaten raw, kind of as a side garnishing vegetable. So it is very interesting to have them cooked, and that kind of gives them a complete new dimension and kind of a whole entirely different ingredient. Lastly, I could not come to this restaurant without ordering an entire pod of stink beans. This one is pete goreng, which are deep fried stink beans, and it's just the entire pod. Sometimes it's in English it's called twisted pod or twisted bean, cluster bean, because it comes kind of twisted like this on the tree. And I like to think of these as just jungle pods of just filled with vitamins. And so they have deep fried this entire pod, and then they just slice them so that you can pick them out really easily. Stink beans don't get old for me. I have been eating stink beans for years, and I can never overcome how delicious and unique and just flavorful they are. I don't even know what it is, but it's like maybe it's the crispness paired with the strong, pungent flavor that always makes me happy. And actually, I have done quite a lot of reading about stink beans because of my stink bean obsession, and they're one of those superfoods that has a never-ending list of health benefits. One of the benefits that I really like about them, though, is that they are sometimes used for treating depression, and I think that they work so well for curing depression because as soon as you taste one of these, you seriously cannot help but just smile and be happy. That's just pure happy vitamins. Any meal where I can eat both stink beans and Jengkol in one meal, I am very, very happy. And so I'm very, very happy right now. The Jengkol dish in particular was my favorite of the entire meal. That was superb.
Something like a Warung Mak Dower, it means blah 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 blah.
The owner saw us eating and making a video, and we just talked with him. He's really nice. And something interesting about this restaurant, he told us about the name, which is called Warung Mak Dower. And Warung is like a local family restaurant. Mak means mother, and then Dower means, he explained to me kind of like the lip, maybe the lower lip, and like this, and made a motion like this. And he said because when you eat the food, because it's so spicy and flavorful, it will make your lip kind of like outward turn because of all the flavor. And so, yeah, definitely the food was extremely flavorful. There are so many flavors still lingering within my mouth. That was a great meal. Thank you all for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And also make sure you click subscribe if you're not already for lots more food videos.